Definitely, I am not a best programmer, but I am very good as software engineer. I'm not a prodigy. I'm not the one who is just dreaming into the code. I'm not the one who just drop out of their high schools and getting into the Google and Microsoft. Coding and programming is just one of the part of software engineering. There are so many characteristics in this software engineering field, equally, if not more important. For all of you, if you have been watching and you're thinking like you are also not good at it, you might be going through one of the imposter syndrome because you have not able to consistently solve the lead code problem of easier version, and you are constantly getting the rejection from the application of applying for the job. And let me just share you with my simple very story. When I first started my journey, I started with the web developments, and then after I started working with one of the organizations as a software developer. And initially I had also no such idea that how I would be learning there. I was so thankful and so grateful for the environment and the team I have been working with. And I was working at that time's initial phase. For the next initial months, we were given a proper kind of instruction, every step by step, that what actually the concept we have to go through before even going to start working in any kind of projects. So initially there was a kind of guidance, there was a kind of mentorship which we got. Yes, definitely they would be able to guide you along the journey, but the pathway you only have to follow. And in this journey, definitely there is a lot more chances that we have made a lot of mistakes. And along the process, which we have also learned a lot. An initial phase, which I remember that we used to be given at least a small task, or maybe the kind of bugs or issues was there, we needed to fix it out. And in this process, in order to fix any kind of problem, we'll have to first understand what actually the code is already written. So in this journey, we have get into this process and learn to actually read the codes and understand those codes before even going to fix that problem. And that is the first one which we have learned in the process. And in this way, we also used to be to reach out to them if we have been facing the problem for the next 1 hour, 2 hours, not able to figure out what actually need to do. And that time we also reach out to them to get help or guidance along the process so that we will be able to sort it out as soon as possible. And by this way, we keep getting better at reading the codes. And that is one of the characteristics which we have to embrace. And in this process also, if coming to the next one is, when we are going to fix any kind of bugs, when we are going to implement something, the already existing feature, we'll have to first understand what actually it has already been written over there. So by understanding those code which has already been written, we would be able to understand that how this code has been written. And by understanding the flow and the concept and why it is written in that way, we are understanding and learning how to actually write the codes by taking the references, because we have gone through those codes and we have taken the references that this way we can also implement the same. And that is what actually we have learned in the process to write the code. And also pretty good in writing, because we will have to collaborate with the team members, which is not even technical persons. And sometimes we have to document what we have done, because later on if we have coming across the same field, what we have implemented, if you have not even written down what actually the feature we have implemented, we will be confused, and then we'll have to understand from scratch to the end in order to proceed with the same feature which we have already built. So documentation is also very important, which we have learned in the process. And as you know, in this process, we keep writing, keep reading, and keep refining the process. We ultimately is going to be improving our logical skills. We tend to improve our programming skills, and that is where we have one of the ability to improve and keep better at improving our programming skills. And we have to just keep going on. And then after, if you are going into the next step, we can say that when we have been working in any kind of projects, it is not like we have been working in college and will have to build my own personal project. It is a very big project, right? So we'll be working with any kind of teams that is involving non-technical persons, maybe product manager, project manager, and also included the clients. So in order to make a collaboration with all the team members, we'll have to be very good at making a communication with them. And that is what actually we have been learning, right? So in this process, we have also learned so much and keep better in this way of communication and collaborating with the team members. And sometimes if we need help, we just reach out to them and help each other. And that is what actually we have to do. And yes, for sure in this journey we are going to make any kind of mistake, and at that time we'll have to just itself will have to show them that this is what actually the mistake I have done and I have committed. Please show me the way out of this problem itself, so that later on I'm not even going to make the same mistake, and I would be able to address the same mistake which I have committed, and they will be ready to help us. And sometime it might have a problem, but they will be able to make it possible for us to way out of this problem. So in this way, we just try to reflect on ourselves, what is the mistake which we have committed before, and just keep on improving. And it given us the opportunity to learn from our own mistake by addressing our own mistake. And definitely in this process, if you become a software engineer, it doesn't simply mean that you have to just sacrifice your interest. In this process, you might be exploring the way which you wanted to explore. Maybe something else you might have an interest. You can keep repeating the same. You can keep improving on that specific field, including your own specific way of interest. It might not be the way of software engineering, but whatever it is, I just follow the same. So we can say in this process we have learned how to collaborate with the team members, how to write a better code, how to read a better codes, and try to understand from them itself, and make a collaborative environment, make a communication with them. And that is what actually the software developer does. And finding the problem, looking for the solution according to the need, that's what actually we do. Definitely I'm not the best programmer, but I'm in the process.